Hi, it's Kim. Notes from my needle. It is Wednesday, May 20th. Here is my update on my Emma Congdon piece. These letters are stitching up really quickly, so I'm super happy about that. They're only 2 tones, so I think what I'm going to do is finish stitching the lighter tone first, and then come back and do the darker tone, and then there's a little highlight in pink. Other than that, all I did today was pick up my IKEA order, which included some frames for some pieces. So there is my yoga piece. I think that frame suits it perfectly. I really like how it looks in this frame. It just fit in there, so I'm super happy. There was just enough space on the fabric. Like, you can see, if you get up really close, a tiny little piece of the selvage edge, but that doesn't bother me. And then the other one that I framed is my Good Morning Maui Golden Girls. This one is far from perfect because that linen was a bear to try to get in there, but it is perfect enough for me, and I am going to hang it up and I'm going to enjoy it. Anyway, that's all I have for now. It's Sunday, May 24th. Here is my update on my Emma Congdon piece. I completely finished off these letters, and I'm just going to start back and add the little pink highlights. It did stitch up quickly, but I didn't really get a whole lot of progress this week. I didn't spend a whole lot of time stitching. Here where I'm at in Nova Scotia, they're lifting a few of the self-isolation restrictions, and they've allowed us to have a bubble family, which is another family that we can go to their home, they can come to ours. So we've been doing that. It's been really nice here this week, so we've been spending a lot of time with our bubble family as opposed to being indoors. Also, I unexpectedly had to go car shopping this week. Our 2011 Hyundai finally bit the dust, which was kind of expected. There was about 240,000 kilometers on it, which for my American friends is roughly about 150,000 miles. So we bought a new to us 2013 Ford Escape with about 70,000 kilometers on it, which is really nice, and we're really liking it. It's a little bit bigger of a vehicle, but we like to camp, so the bigger vehicle will be nice if and when we get to go camping this year. But yeah, this is all the progress I have for now. My plan today, again, is to work on the highlights here, finish the rest of this border, and then all I will have left for this top section is more green border and more of this like filigree looking back stitch. So once I finish that, I will show you. Alright, so this is where I'm at with this piece. I finished putting the highlights on these letters, and I finished the rest of this border, and I'm starting to bring this up. I've realized, stitching this, that it is off somewhere by 1. I cannot figure out where that spot is. So I'm just gonna have to fudge some things and make it look equal. So I think what I might do is, instead of finishing off the top like I had planned, I might move towards the bottom just to give myself a mental break from up here, because I was starting to get a little bit irritated. Or I could pull something else out to work on, which I might also do. I do have some other patterns. I do have some Christmas ones that I picked up off of Doreen Jones' website on Etsy that I was going to save for Jolly July, but they're smaller. I mean, not that they're not as complicated, because Doreen Jones can be surprisingly complicated at times, but I think just taking a breather from this for maybe a day or two might be just what I need. So instead of working on something else, I ended up making myself a new project bag. I'm pretty pleased with it. My quilting has definitely gotten much better. My quilting lines are actually straight. My binding, I'm still not, 100% great at binding, but I mean, it works for me. I think I might go back. There's a tutorial on YouTube, and if I can find it, I'll link it. Or if I can figure out how to link, because I'm not quite sure how to do that, on how to make the bags where you make the bottom half about an inch bigger and then you fold it over. I've had success with that, and I've also had success using bias tape as opposed to making my own binding. But I think this would have been fine had I made the binding a little smaller. I went with a 2.5 inch strip, and I probably could have gotten away with 1.5, because I ended up having to go along the sides and do a second row of stitching because I didn't catch all of the back, and I mean, like, I messed up here because it got stuck in my bobbin. But yeah, there's way too much binding, or the problem might have been too that I think I sewed it on backwards. Like, I sewed it onto the front first and then flipped it, so I think you're supposed to do it the reverse, sew it to the back first and flip it. But, you know, I played with some specialty stitches on my machine, so every other one instead of straight is alternating leaf patterns back and forth, and I thought that looked pretty cute. I really like this fabric, and the back is just different threads. It's roughly, I want to say maybe 8 by 10, but after the binding, so it's probably more like 7.5 by 9 3/4 maybe. But it's a smaller bag, but it'll work for what I want to use it for. So I'm pretty pleased. I have a little bit more vinyl left, so I might make a couple more, and maybe practice my binding to see if I can get some. And I might try a couple where they're basically just lined bags with a zipper, and no panel on the front. I did end up pulling something else out to stitch on. This is Six Fat Men by Lizzie Kate. I'm working the final block up here. This is what it looks like, or what it will look like when it's complete. Just a little star and part of the snowman's scarf. I plan to turn this into a soft finish like wall hanging, because I didn't leave myself a whole lot of margin for framing to be able to like mount it or lace it or anything. I thought this piece was smaller than what it was, and I started in the left hand corner instead of centering it like I normally would have. I mean, it's all going to work out in the end, but I just might have to be a little bit creative with how I choose to finish it. So I think I'm going to work on this block for the next couple of days. I'm going to concentrate on putting the color elements in first, because those will be fairly quick, and then I'll move on to the white. It's Monday, May 25th. This is how far I've gotten on Snow Fun by Lizzie Kate. I'm thinking that I can get this finished maybe tomorrow. I don't know. That's probably very ambitious because there is a lot of white down here. But hoping to get the majority of it done. And then I can be completely done with this piece, and that'll be exciting because I've had this one on the go probably, I want to say, over a year. I don't know, I'd have to look back, but I think it has been quite a long time, so it'll be nice to finally have it off the whip pile. It's Tuesday, May 26th. Here is my progress on the Lizzie Kate. I got the snowman done, except for I do have to see if I can find some more of this darker blue in my stash. But he's mostly complete. Just need to do his buttons and his smile. Working on the snow here. And then all I have left is some scattered snowflakes, the rest of this border, and the words that say Snow Fun. It's Friday, May 29th, and this is finished. This is Six Fat Men by Lizzie Kate. I opted to do it all as one piece as opposed to 6 individual pieces. This is the block that I just finished. Snow Fun. Super cute. I just finished all of them off, stitching off all the little button embellishments. Here, and here, the little door. This is super cute that the embellishment is like the little bunny tail. I love it. Love how it turned out. As you can see, I did not center this, so I'm not sure quite how I'm going to finish it yet. I may frame it, but I may do it as a soft wall hanging because I can definitely sew some fabric on here to give myself a little bit more wiggle room. I think now what I'm going to do is pull out Coffee Quaker to work on. And this is where I left off in that and how far along I am on. I am using a variegated brown by hand dyed by Rolanda. I believe the fabric is also from her as well. But I think I'm going to plug away on this for a little bit, and then maybe
since there's 2 more days left in May, I will pull out the Joan Elliott Magical Unicorn and see if I can't eke out another finish before the end of the month. And if I get more progress on this, or if I happen to finish that, I will definitely show you.
It's Sunday, May 31st. Happy end of Maynia to you all. This is where I'm leaving off with Coffee Quaker. I completely finished this motif and this one. I think I'm going to rip this one out. Because I'm doing it all in one variegated floss and monochromatic, this is meant to be a berry basket, and there's meant to be darker and lighter tones, and that doesn't really come across using the one variegated floss, so I'm either going to rip it out and try and stitch all the leaves and everything in the darkest part of the floss, or I'm going to rip it out and move another motif down here. I'm actually really digging these birds, so I might put another bird down here maybe, but I'm not 100% sold on doing that yet. So I think this is as far as I'm going to go with this one for today, and I think I'm going to end my video here for today. So I hope you're all getting some stitch time in wherever you're at, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!